Good morning, guys. So I am about to go to work in a little bit here, but I was just thinking about it. I finally picked out my big Christmas present. So I'm gonna get the Sony MX5, I think they're called, the headphones. I was in between those and the AirPods Max, and it just made me think about the holidays and all of the amazing deals that there are, and how you guys are probably missing out on something big if you're blind like your girl. So we have a sponsor for today's video. I'm gonna let Lauren take it away. So glassesusa.com is one of the biggest eyewear retailers in the United States, offering over 10,000 prescription eyeglasses and sunglasses, up to 70% off retail prices, starting at only $39. You know what's even crazier? This holiday season, glassesusa.com has so many exclusive offers that you can't find anywhere else. Plus, if you have FSA and HSA dollars and you've been saving them all year, then use them as soon as possible and basically get your glasses for free. So check out these holiday offers by clicking the link in my description box, and be sure to check them out. So shopping online can be fun, but it can also be extremely overwhelming, especially with so many options. That's why I love shopping for my new glasses with glassesusa.com. They offer some amazing tools to help you find the perfect pair, and one of them is the virtual try-on. So I used it to find my frames. This is the first one that I got. It's just a nice pair of eyeglasses. Then I got 2 pairs of sunnies. So this one I did the mirrored lenses for, so it was super helpful, and shopping online at glassesusa.com is also a risk-free shopping experience with free shipping and returns. You also get 100% money back guarantee within 14 days. Now, if you're someone who likes to use Klarna, you can also use that, so you can buy now and pay later. But this is probably my favorite frame that I got because I've been looking for the aviator style all my life. So be sure to go to glassesusa.com and check out their holiday offers, and don't forget to use your FSA and HSA dollars before the end of the year when they expire. And with the Klarna app, like I said, you can even buy now and pay later. So be sure to click on the link in my description box to get all of the details. I'll have all the glasses linked down below. And thank you so much again to them for sponsoring today's Vlogmas. So this is my outfit. I'm wearing my Fendi scarf. This little vest actually is from Shein, and then I'm wearing a long sleeve sweater underneath. This is that really long duster cardigan I got from Express, and I'm wearing some J. Crew jeans. And then we are going to try and break these bad boys in. I already put my insoles in, but these are my Doc Martens that I got for my birthday that I haven't worn yet because everyone scared me into thinking it's going to take forever to break them in. They're going to hurt my feet. So we're gonna make our attempt today. I don't do a lot of walking on Mondays, so I'm just gonna like slowly work my way into it. Hello. We're ready for the day. I'm about to make a smoothie for breakfast, but for lunch I packed some leftover Five Guys fries. It's Cajun and then regular. And then I have more of that pulled whatever this is. I think it's pork. And we're gonna do barbecue sauce. I'm not gonna do rice since I already have my carbs from the potatoes. But I'm literally just breaking a bowl of meat. So this is the vegan protein powder I was complaining about, but I'll still be using today. It has pretty good macros. It's got 2 fats, 10 carb, and 28 protein in just 1 scoop. If you're someone who struggles with appetite or getting calories in, I highly recommend doing smoothies in the morning, even if it's cold, especially if you're driving somewhere, because you can just sit in your hot car while you drink it, so you don't have to worry about feeling like you're gonna be freezing. We're gonna be using almond milk and just a tiny bit of this creamer as a base. So I usually put the liquid in first. I know everyone's kind of different, but I've noticed sometimes if I don't, I just can't really tell how much fruit I have. We got our scoop of protein. I'm just gonna start with a tiny bit of this creamer. It's super sweet, but I feel like it does a better job than sugar. So we've got some banana. So I buy bananas and then I cut them up and I freeze them because I don't actually like bananas because I don't like the texture of them. So I can only have them frozen. Then we got strawberries. Now this blender is a good blender, but it's not a great blender. Like I told you guys, I got my NutriBullet, so maybe I will start using that soon. So I can't do too big of pieces of frozen fruit because they will not blend. Not me not having it plugged in. As I was driving into the city, I was just thinking about Baltimore and how my opinions have changed over this city over the years due to the experience I had in Atlanta. So I don't think I've ever really talked too much about it, but I had such an amazing experience in Atlanta. So I grew up in Howard County. If you're from the DMV, you know where that is. Or you know the stereotypes that go along with it, and I'm sure they're all 100% correct. It is one of the richest counties in the entire United States, but it's not the richest people living there because you spent all this money to live there, and now you're just living a normal life. So, I feel like my upbringing was pretty normal. Like, I may have had more than other people, but we definitely were not wealthy by any means and are not wealthy by any means. But with that being said, like, when I would come to Baltimore, I would come with like my grandpa, and that was when I was little. And then I started coming when I would go out at night, which is obviously a completely different experience. And I would go out and like fed, Cantonfels, like everything surrounding the water. And that's what people think of as Baltimore when like Baltimore is like this huge, it's not a huge city, but like there's so much else that like people don't talk about. Because the quote unquote nice areas are the ones that are around the water due to gentrification. But anyways, so when I was in Atlanta, like it was such a huge culture shock for me because being from Howard County, it's an extremely, extremely diverse area. Like you have every single race. Throughout all of my years, I always had a friend that was Asian. I always had a friend that was Indian. Yes, I know that those are the same continent, but you guys know what I mean. I've had white friends. I usually had a black friend, but I was actually talking to my friends Lakeisha and Aisha about that, and I was just never quote unquote black enough for the black people that I met over the years, literally up until I moved to Atlanta most likely. And so I always just had like this weird thing where I just was like, well, no black people like me, so I guess like that's that. And then ironically I moved to Atlanta, and obviously that whole entire landscape of thought completely changed because every single friend besides maybe like 2 friends that I made were black, and I felt completely loved and welcomed, especially by you guys. Like I gained so many subscribers when I moved to Atlanta because of all the moving vlogs that I was doing, and it really made me realize how much like where you grow up can affect things. But where I grew up, it's like whitewashing is like such a huge thing and you don't even realize. So like the other night I was talking to Lakeisha and Aisha about it, and I was saying how we had this one girl, Christina, moved to our school, and she was mixed, and so she was Hispanic and her mom or dad was white, and the speed at which this girl became whitewashed was like ridiculous. And I didn't even, it wasn't something that I really noticed in the moment, but when I think about it now, she went from wearing her hair curly to straightening it every day. Her accent, like dialect changed because she spoke fluent Spanish. So it's like, you're gonna have a little bit of an accent, like no matter what, even if you're speaking English. And so it was just something that like then made me think, and I was like, oh my God, like we all know the whole, you act white or you speak so white, whatever that is. We need to stop doing that. I don't know if Gen Z is still doing that. I feel like it's gotten a little bit better with their generation at least. They're more self-aware. But that really affects you because it was like all these white people are like, oh my God, you're so white, like we love you. And then the black people are like, you know, we don't like you, you're not black enough. And so it's like you just go with the group of people that are validating you, and then you just stick to that trend for like the majority of your life until you come into an instance that's like the complete opposite. And I just feel like that's so sad, and like something that I didn't even realize until I moved to Atlanta, and was around black people all the time. I was like, wow, we all had very similar but also very different experiences with people, and it's just so interesting to see like how the demographics of where you live really does change so much about you, because I never saw the oh you sound so white thing as a insult or like as a microaggression or anything like that until I talked to more black people who are like, no, like you can't say that, like that's, and obviously I know now because I feel like it became a thing after high school for people to be like, hey, that was like, that was a little fucked up. But yeah, I don't know. Let me know if you've had that experience. You don't have to be black if you're just, you know, minority, person of color, even white, whatever you want. If you've had any experiences like that, let me know in the comments down below, because I always find it so interesting to hear about stuff like that. You must be made for me. Patience is nothing. In and out, in and out, in and out. Arguing, trifling, difficult. Let more. I don't. This is an adult's foot. Adult shoes have a built-up arch and elevated heel.
This is Jaybirds, the patent-pending shoe designed specifically for your child's development. Today has been busy, but it's been really fun, so that has been good, and we've been able to figure out a solution to the issue I've been having about work relationships wise that I had told you guys briefly about in my last video, so that's good. There's some information I wasn't privy of. I just feel like when there's bad communication, it just causes so many issues, and it's just better to just figure it out as soon as you can. And that's what I always try and do now, because I had one friendship in college, if you guys were around during that. It was a roommate, and we were having bad communication, and this girl thought that I hated her, which was just not true. It was not the case at all. And things escalated so much because I wasn't aware that she felt this way. And then when I found out, I was just like, well, that's silly, but didn't do anything about it. So I'm not like that anymore. I actually confront the problem, whether I was aware of it or not. Just try and squash it before it turns into something that it doesn't need to be. But we're going to gym later. I'm very excited.
I am out of work. It's a pretty good day. We have a very exciting day ahead of us tomorrow because we're going to be filming content in this store, basically creating an ad on like the shopping experience. So I'm going with Taylor, and then after we're heading to our other client later. So basically the whole entire week, I don't think I'm in the office. What am I doing Wednesday? I feel like I was doing something. Maybe not. I feel like I had something Wednesday. I don't remember. But then on Thursday I'm going to be in Hollywood, and then Friday I'm off. Because that is the start of my vacation. But I have all my posts and everything scheduled until Wednesday, at least for Hollywood. Jaybirds is like a little bit easier because I have a lot of that content on my phone that I can just post through the Hootsuite app. But yeah, it should be pretty fun. I'm really excited. It's always something that I've kind of wanted to do with a sponsorship or a brand, but I feel like companies don't have a lot of brick and mortar stores nowadays, so they don't have a lot of people like going in and shopping for like a sponsorship or like an advertisement that they want to use for paid ads from organic. So I've never had the opportunity to do it, but those are like my favorite ads to get served. Like I love when Instagram shows me those type of ads because I think they're so fun to watch because it really is like a journey of watching someone go shopping. So I'm excited about that. I really don't want to go to the gym because it is so cold outside, and I understand there's like absolutely no correlation, but that is the reason I don't want to go. Like it is freezing outside. Gas is officially under $3. So I completely forgot my water bottle. So I've had literally a cup of water today. Not great. So I've decided I'm not going to squat because I don't want to. So I think I'm just going to do arms. So I'm going to insert an old workout I never showed you guys because my vlogging was a mess and it never went up. But these did not give me any issues today. They're so comfortable. They're so bouncy. I have my insoles on top and I haven't had any problems. Like I have my insoles in, which give me a nice high arch support, and my foot is not rubbing up against the top of the boot. So 10 out of 10, highly recommend. I don't know why people said that they're an issue. I don't have blisters or anything, and I'm just wearing regular socks. So I was very happy about that. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna literally just do back and biceps because, not back and biceps, biceps and triceps, because that's all that I wanna do. Like that sounds like a really good time to me. So I'm gonna do that instead of squatting. Save squats for a day where I'm more mobile. I find that I have an easier time squatting when I have a day where I'm a little bit more on my feet because my hips and everything aren't so tight. So I'll definitely be having some of those days this week. And I remember what's on Wednesday. We have our holiday office party. So we're gonna leave like at 2, I think. Because she loves me so, and this I know for sure. But does she really wanna, but can't stand to see me walk out the door. Don't try to fight the feeling, cause the thought alone is killing me right now. Thank God for mom and dad for sticking to together, cause we don't know. Oh, we've been together, but separate's always better when there's feelings involved. It's what they say is then what makes love exception. So why
So I realized I completely forgot to film a outro for this video, so be sure to check out glassesusa.com. I'll have everything linked down below. And thank you so much again to them for sponsoring today's Vlogmas.
So I finished my actual workout. I never warmed up. I'm still freezing. But we got a nice arm pump.